people, and welcome to another edition of the Muneeb Show on a beautiful August 21st evening, Thursday night evening, in beautiful northern Alberta, here in the heart of oil country. Look, there's football happening right now. I mean, what a beautiful time of year it is. This week of preseason has officially started. Two games happening tonight. Right now, Steelers, Panthers, Giants, Patriots. Now, we have no idea who's going to be playing in those games. I assume Aaron is not playing. I assume.
Yeah.
Okay, Aaron's not playing. But we do think that, is Drake May going to play?
I'm not sure, actually.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Drake is going to play, because that would be kind of cool.
I'm hoping my league winner shows out again, Trayvon Henderson. Shout out.
Fair. He's climbed the depth charts in a lot of the mock drafts and things very, very quickly. Of course, we're excited to see him get his opportunity in the National Football League, as well as, every New England Patriots fan, I assume, out there, because what he's already put on tape. I mean, they're all waiting for that. Now, that could be a two-headed monster. Mike Vrabel has been synonymous with the running the ball mentality. Yeah. Right. Derrick Henry, of course, had that kind of going for a while. But we'll see if he can kind of replicate what he did in Tennessee in New England. We are definitely hopeful. Definitely think that Drake May, big year for him, even though it is his second year. He is a bit of a younger quarterback. He showed a lot of flashes last year of being fairly spectacular, and think that he has the ability to go do something. I mean, and the Patriots had a pretty big roster turnover.
They did.
Right, so this could be Elliott Wolf comes in, right? Very different regime than what they had kind of last year as well. So this could be a very interesting time. I will be interested to see if they make another big splash.
I mean, they have the money for it.
They have the money. Trey Hendrickson, you can go out and get Micah Parsons. Scary Terry, right? Like add another wide receiver. Yeah. Speaking of wide receivers and New England, they had Jalen Polk, second-year wide receiver for them. He is out for the year.
He's out for the year.
Yeah, very unfortunate for him. T's and P's to him, and hopefully he recovers and is able to come back. And other news coming out of the NFL, and this is where we will start our program today. The NFL is also known as the No Fun League, and it has been known that for at least the last few years, that name has kind of caught traction. And another incident or another kind of thing that came out today was that they will be enforcing more of the gestures and things, so you can't have any. So there was this whole thing about how you can't make any more gestures, you can't taunt. So taunting will become a
flag.
It has been a flag, but now it's become an area of focus going into this year. Gestures, celebration gestures. Standing over opponents and things like that after you make a play. You can't make flexes and things like that after, you make a big play. It will be, again, this is the No Fun League.
Super soft.
This is the No Fun League. I don't think the rule makers, or I assume they do understand, but I don't think that they quite understand the times that we're in and the reason why that is so important to a lot of players. And also, it's you're playing a physical game. I mean, I'm doing it for, 20 seconds? 30? Yeah. It's is that really changing? Or you know how it is? Everybody's talking about it takes away from the spirit of the game. And, how about we just play the game that's within the lines? It's then I feel like they're doing it for the fans, and as fans, we enjoy it.
It adds value to the league. You know what I mean?
We enjoy the little celebrations. People want a little bit of heated rivalries and things like that. And if you didn't want that in the National Football League as competitors, right? Then what? Why are you still doing joint practices? Because, I mean, even today, there was a fight that broke out between the Packers and the Seahawks. 2 people got tossed, and there was punches thrown, and, all this stuff happened. And it's if you're not cool with that, why are we still doing those things?
Exactly.
I understand that there's a place for that as well, but it's just, to me, it's this is the highest level of competition. If we're not allowing competitors competing, then, and still have the ability, it is just a game at the end of the day. Right, yes, they're getting paid a lot of money, yes, and all this, right? But it is entertainment for us, right? And that adds to the entertainment of it. Now, speaking of entertainers and competitors, Dylan Gabriel a week ago said there's some entertainers and then there's competitors, and he's a competitor. And that kind of soundbite took off, and a lot of people ran with it. And the idea that he's taking a shot at his quarterback teammate, Shedeur Sanders, who he kind of, I mean, I didn't think that that's what it was aimed at, but...
he didn't think so either. He commented on it today saying, no words or anything affects me.
So maybe he was just kind of... maybe he was just...
Had his moment.
Had his moment, man. Had his moment in the sun.
Yeah.
And I like how Shedeur came out and was like, we talked about it. I might have not believed what he said, but it's all good. We move on, and we're going to go out on Saturday and play. And I just want to say congratulations to Shedeur Sanders. He will get the...
Start.
I assume he's going to play behind Joe Flacco and Dylan Gabriel, I think, according to Kevin Stefanski. He will play
on Saturday. I thought he was starting. Okay.
Because the oblique injury, I assume, is still kind of like something that they're monitoring. Mm-hmm. And maybe they don't want to throw him out there.
It's probably seen in the second half, maybe.
Also, do think that it's valuable if you're going to name your starting QB, your QB1 as a 38, 39-year-old Joe Flacco, should get some playing time in the preseason just to see... Yeah. All that. I mean, that dude, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care if he's 65 years old. He can spin the barrel. Yeah, incredible. When you talk about just mechanics, the way his spiral comes out, him and Aaron, I feel like do it at a level that I don't know if we've ever. And what the crazy thing is that they're the two oldest quarterbacks in the NFL this year. It's like those
they're still doing it.
They're still doing it at such a high level. But Joe Flacco, man, he's able to just kind of do, and it's just such a tight spiral that he gets on that football. And that's why he's been able to stay in the league and been effective for a long time. Yeah. The other thing with Joe Flacco, and this is not by any means a shot or anything, the most exciting touchdown, interception, and everything is in play in that one play with Joe Flacco. It's an absurd thing. It's like Jameis Winston, but a little bit better. Right? Everything is in play every time he drops back for a pass, and I'm like, dude, I have no idea what's about to happen on this play. But, for us, it's going to be exciting. Yeah. For us, not being Browns fans, very exciting. To see what it's going to be happening.
Fantasy owners for Njoku and Jody and Jerry Jeudy happy as hell right now, too.
Because Joe Flacco gets a start. So they know that he's not going to be on a league. Also, took them to the playoffs.
Took them, yeah.
Right? Started the playoff game, lost to C.J. Stroud, but still was in the offense and with the players. So we assume he's going to come in and not have to be on a leash or anything like that. They're going to expect him to throw the damn football.
Him to throw the ball.
Yeah. So
at least 30, maybe even 40 times a game.
Who's their running back? Judkins?
Judkins and Samson.
So Judkins hasn't been in training camp for 90% of it.
Oh, we're also forgetting Jerome Ford.
Yeah. He's coming off of an injury as well last year.
He's been there for a while, though. I want to say 2 years now.
But Judkins, I mean, they drafted him fairly high, so I assume he's going to come in and get some level of... But, that run game has to be good because it's been good for a while there. I mean, with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt, they had a tandem out there that was very, very good and effective. So now going to this is the first year without Nick Chubb even part of that building.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be tough to kind of have that level of impact right from the start. But Browns fans, worry not. You've gone through terrible situations in Cleveland as a whole for 50 years. The one saving grace you did have was a LeBron James.
Yeah.
Now, we've been fans of LeBron for a long time, but LeBron James is not walking through the tunnel of the Cleveland Browns. And because that, you will not be good. This is kind of the situation that you are in. I think the ESPN over-under for the Browns this year, 4.5 or 5.5, something like that.
That's pretty generous, honestly.
And if they win 4 games, this is a win.
Yeah,
this is a win of a year for you. And worry not, Deshaun Watson is still coming back from the savior.
You see his Instagram story yesterday?
Yeah, I did.
Hashtag comeback.
Yeah, he's coming back to be your saving grace, so worry not. You still have another 18 quarterbacks on your roster in case Deshaun doesn't pan out. And then if none of that pans out, you go into next year's draft in the exact situation you were in this year's draft. So, you know what? It's not that different.
It's an endless cycle with these guys, honestly.
Man, it's crazy. You know, at the number 1 pick not too long ago, they got a guy named Baker Mayfield. And Baker Mayfield was, very good and also very not good. It was a weird kind of situation for him and for them. They have, let him go, and it was that whole situation. But they've had, they got a guy, and now Baker Mayfield is not only making $30 million a year, which is half of what some of the other top level quarterbacks are making, but he's had successive seasons of postseason appearance.
Yeah,
and one of the most electric quarterbacks to watch play, incredible leader in the locker room that he's become because some of the scrutiny he went through in Cleveland. The Browns, man. And the Browns are still in this kind of endless loop of, like, what are we, man? And if you ask the Steelers fans, they have a unique name for the city of Cleveland, and for the Browns. They call it the mistake on a lake, right? Is what the city of Cleveland is called, is a mistake on a lake. And we don't think so. Of course, we like Cleveland and things like. They gave us Steph Curry, of course, and the LeBron,
Jake Paul.
And the Paul brothers, right? Logan and Jake. So Ohio, of course, very synonymous with that. Now there's another team in Ohio that we also like, and that's the Bengals. So we will kind of talk about all of that. You're in the coach's seat today. Nelly G is coach's seat today.
I'll give myself a clap too.
And Nelly G. What now that you've bestowed the honor of being in the coach's seat, right? Which is a lot of pressure.
It is a lot of pressure. I don't know if I can fill in these shoes.
It won't be too hard. You just have to say a lot of wrong things.
Yeah.
And then you'll fit right in, I think. But where would you like to start with today?
Since I'm coach today, he seems like a left type of guy.
Okay,
I'm gonna go left.
He does seem like a left type of guy. He has been a left type of guy for a long time.
Because he hasn't been right that much, so.
Or ever, some might say. But this is a simple one, but could be potentially very difficult. Nelly G, your favorite nickname in sports? And the reason, before you answer this, I want to give you a little bit of context on why I asked this question. There was an individual that got brought up by the Red Sox today.
Okay.
And his nickname is an incredible nickname, by the way. Okay, he's a very highly talented prospect. His nickname is the Password.
The Password?
Yeah, and I'll tell you why his nickname is the Password. It's like his nickname is the Password because his first name is very difficult. It's got 2 X's in there. It's got a lot of different combinations of letters happening, right? So even just pronouncing it, I was like, I don't know. Johnston, I'm not sure what it is. Garcia. His nickname is the Password. Now that pretty sweet nickname. Also,
honestly, yeah.
Also, I thought his nickname was the Password because nobody could figure him out.
See, then it would have been elite. You know what I mean?
But his nickname is the Password because his first name has a bunch of letters that don't usually go together.
Like Elon's kid type.
Fair. Elon's kid. That would. Yeah, maybe Elon's kid, but
best nickname, eh? That's a tough one. There's many great ones out there.
Yeah, the great one, also a good one.
I'm trying to think what a coach would say. Honestly, I think I'm gonna go with an old school one, Pistol Pete.
Pistol Pete also
Pistol
very good.
Pete is clean.
Yeah.
And he could shoot as well. He could shoot clean.
Oh, you're talking about the basketball. Yeah.
Oh, what'd you think?
Well, at that time, these farmers were shooting something as well.
Yeah.
And we don't know what they were shooting at the time.
I don't want you to think I was going on that Gilbert Arenas train for a second.
I mean, that's still legendary story. That
Agent Zero. I mean,
Agent Zero. Great another great nickname. The Black Mamba.
Black Mamba.
You know, synonymous.
King James, honestly, that's aura.
King James is because the thing is that he is the king is like nobody else can really take that from you now because he's trademarked it. The crown is
trademarked.
Yeah,
damn.
And the crown is trademarked. Like it's a lot, you know. And then the Nike kind of ad with the crown, that whole logo has become, you know, very, very synonymous. Now, speaking of King James, we want to congratulate John Wall on an incredible career that he had in the NBA. He retired, of course, and now LeBron has surpassed he's outlasted every number one pick that's come out to him crazy. Since 2003 to 2010.
That's crazy.
How absurd is that?
That's actually.
I don't think people quite understand how incredible LeBron's longevity has been. You know, he has done
23 years now.
He's entering his 23rd year.
God,
in the NBA.
Shit, that cannot be the GOAT. I hate to say it, but shit, he's still hooping too. He might be the GOAT.
Dude, he's still hooping, and he's hooping at the new 2K. You've been a big 2K guy.
Yeah, growing up for sure, 100%.
I mean, even in grown years, but still no more 2K.
I mean, as of late, I think the last one that I actually played was like NBA 2K 2021, I want to say.
Oh, okay. Yeah, those are. Yeah, I want to say 21 was good. COVID years. Felt like an easy transition. But this one that's coming out now, LeBron, same rating as, you know, a Steph Curry. You know, higher rating than a Kevin Durant, which I think probably accurate because some of the attributes and stuff. But isn't that crazy too? It's like not only is he entering his 23rd season, but like
he's still one of the best players.
The best players in the league, dude. It's like how have we been? I don't know, man. It just and then the pressure. Let's not forget the pressure that dude has been able to play with. And hear the outside noise for 20. I mean, before that.
Yeah, like before he joined
the league. At 16 years old, they told him if he was not a first ballot Hall of Famer, he would be considered a bust. At 16 years old.
That's actually insane.
And he has surpassed every single expectation. It's an absurd situation. Got his son in the league. Like, I don't know.
We can say both kids in the league.
Yeah, but we can say nepo baby and all that, right? But like, you know how incredible it is to be part of one of the biggest like companies and things in the world as just like the NBA. I'm not talking about the Lakers or anything. I'm talking about the NBA as a whole. And to say that individual had so much aura and control that he could get his son on the same team as him. You know how incredible you have to be? It's not like the Ken Griffey Jr., Ken Griffey Sr. situation.
Yeah.
Those dudes could, like Ken Griffey Jr., one of my favorite athletes ever, because I think that whole, I mean, his swing still synonymous with being one of the best swings that baseball's ever seen. And just like who he was, personality, the aura around Ken Griffey Jr. But like, you know, those, again, very different situation. Those two guys not only played together, right, father and son, but like played at such a high level.
Yeah.
Like together in the major leagues. You know how hard that is to do? Right? But yeah, now we're talking about how, and that was still in Seattle.
Yeah.
Whereas this is in LA. This is for the Los Angeles Lakers. Yeah. And like, yeah, I just think if you just take that part of it, incredible achievement that he's had with this. And then last year, we got to see another side of LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
Stephen A. gets in his face, right? which is also a really funny situation, right? He's telling him, don't talk about my kid, man. Don't talk about my kid, bro. Don't you dare talk about my kid, right? Then he just walked away.
You know Stephen A. was trembling. He was shaking out those boots.
I don't know, man. Stephen A. could take him. He did say that.
You're taking his money line, eh? It's probably at like plus 10,000.
Oh my god, I'm taking it, yo. I don't know, man. I don't know. I might take it, yo. But a man defending his child, maybe adds a little bit.
Did you see his podcast with his daughter?
Also, she's gonna be a star.
I think so too.
Right? I think
she's actually perfect.
Yeah, she has the it factor to make it. But she said she had a crush on Bryce. He was fuming.
Yeah.
He was fuming. But
you can just see the smoke come out of his ears.
Yeah. He was absolutely fuming. But with LeBron, we saw him in that whole situation happen. Then he goes on the Pat McAfee show, and the LeBron conversation happens, right? He goes in person also. They requested a virtual interview. He goes in person to Indianapolis to have a sit down with them, that whole squad, for an hour. For an hour, I would say maybe more than that.
It could be, yeah.
Yeah, talked for and we saw a side of LeBron I don't think we've ever seen, man. And he said some things in that which I was like, man, this is the LeBron we needed 5 years ago, not 10 years ago, man. Because I think he would have garnered a lot of fans if he had that.
Oh, I would have been a fan 5 years ago.
Right?
Regardless of what he did to my Raptors, I still would have been a fan if I seen that side a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we're going to see this side more and more as he's reaching a retirement.
Is he, though? At 23, he's still
it's
going.
Like one more year tops, I feel like.
This is his final year. But I don't know, man. How close are we to the NBA season? 2 months? A month and a half? Right? Usually in October, midway through October. I think October 19th.
19th, yeah, somewhere around there.
October 19th is the start of the NBA season. And if you think about it, right, where he would have announced, either... maybe he's waiting till September to announce. That would be kind of interesting.
If he doesn't, then he's going to play another year.
Okay, so you're saying that he's going to get the whole...
He wants the whole Kobe treatment, he wants the attention, he wants the huzz around, you know what I mean?
Yo, I don't know if LeBron needs the attention. He plays for the Lakers,
Oh,
man.
come on, he craves it.
What if he goes somewhere else now, though? Wouldn't that be kind of something?
Only place I could see is if he gets bought out. And going to maybe the Cavs again.
Could happen. Cavs?
Go back home.
Cavs? Nah, man. I'm not ready for the Cavs, dude.
Bro, imagine him with D. Mitch, Garland, Mobley, and Allen. That's an insane starting five.
First round exit, but that sounds like an insane starting five. Now, joining us now, of course, is a writer. Trying to break into the scene of money guru, salary caps, NBA, NHL, can do it all. Incredible jawline on this guy. Please welcome Abi. Sorry, I didn't even want to mess up this last name. Abi Tirmula.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, Tirumala. Yeah.
Hey, Abi, how are you? Thank you for joining us, man.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah, welcome
Thank you
to
so
the
much
show.
for having me, man.
Can we... Is the audio working?
Yeah, I can hear you guys. I just can't see you.
Okay, sorry. Give us a second to just work this out.
Yeah, no worries, man. I got you.
But how do we get it here? Okay, well, while we figure that out, the LeBron stuff, that whole thing, can get bought out, but are the Lakers going to buy him out now?
I doubt it.
Maybe this is a good question to ask him.
Yeah.
Right? The whole money situation, can it work with the LeBron? Can it work with the Lakers? Can it potentially work for another team?
Yes. There we go.
Okay. So...
You just haven't, played with the feed.
Oh, okay.
What do you mean?
Like...
It's going straight to the feed? We can't...
Yeah, so you have to, hear it off the feed.
I have the stream.
That's only one output.
Okay. Well, okay.
But, he will hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People can still hear it on the feed.
Yeah.
You just can't hear it.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
And then last year... I feel like why can't you do it on the other one?
We can try doing captions.
But why...
No, this. The audio output is going from the HDMI directly to the feed, right? So you can only have one output option at one time.
Okay, there's no way around this? Why didn't we know this going into this?
I mean, you can like see what he's talking about in the captions.
Okay, cool. Let's do this. Abhi, thank you for joining us, man. We're incredibly excited to have you part of our show. Now, we wanted to start with some NBA stuff, and then so I'll ask you a couple questions, and then I'll throw it to our team here, and they'll ask you some questions, maybe in the NHL world, maybe in the NBA world. Now, I saw a report the other day that the Houston Rockets still haven't signed Kevin Durant to an extension. Are we expecting him to sign this extension, or is this going to be one of those situations where he's going to play on this one-year deal, and then we're going to wait until the end of this year to kind of see if he gets his money? And is there a possibility that he's potentially not part of the Rockets' long-term situation, even for the next 3 years?
Well, I mean, for the next 3 years, I think it's just going to be a health thing, right? That's like, with KD, that's just how it is now, considering he's 37 and all that. In terms of the money, though, it's just, who are they going to have to let go of next, right? Because Amen Thompson's going to need a raise soon. Şengün's going to need a raise soon. And I just think, like, with KD, what I would do personally, I'd just play it out for the year. And I think that's what's going to end up happening, too. Because it's not like KD's in a position where he's, like, you know, losing money, right? Like, someone's always going to pay him. And I think that he'll have a suitor no matter what. But ultimately, I think, like, around January time, basically around the trade deadline-ish. So I think around the trade deadline, I think it's probably going to be like a two-year deal, and then they'll have like a player option in the second year. Basically like what Jimmy Butler did with Golden State, right? Which I'm a Heat fan, so that one hurts a little bit, but something like that. I think that's ultimately what's going to happen, because I don't see him going to Houston without a plan to be there for at least the next 2 to 3 years, right? But that's just
okay.
What I think
so there is,
I think that's
there is a possibility that they goes the Jimmy Butler route, which will be interesting to see. But I would it be? I mean, I didn't expect Kevin Durant to be in this situation long term. But, you know, that whole play with Amen Thompson and him could potentially work out. Your expectations are that they're going to figure this out and potentially compete for a championship this year, though. And then if they don't, let's say, okay, what is the expectation? Let's say they don't compete for the championship and they are, I don't want to say it, but maybe a hamstring away from being in the lottery. Right? Is that not a possibility? This could be a possibility. The Houston Rockets might be a hamstring away from being in the lottery. Let's say that does happen.
I mean,
is this still something that they could potentially come through with this squad next year and compete?
See, that's the thing, right? It's like, this is going to be a cop-out answer, I'm not going to lie to you, man, but it just depends on, like, KD's health. At the end of the day, like, any question with the Rockets, it's going to come down to his calf, his Achilles, his hamstring, right? Basically one of those three things, because I think if he suffers another major injury, me personally, I would just bite the bullet, move on, and try to get someone new, right? That's what I would do, just because you don't want to risk it with a guy who's, again, he's 37, and Kevin Durant hasn't exactly been like the most healthy player since he came back from his Achilles tear, right? So I think if they don't do it this year and he's not healthy, I would just move on and try to reload for the next couple of years. But that's what I would do, because this year is probably their best shot, realistically.
Fair. I think that might need to. He has been held, obviously the Achilles tear and things like that. He's been one of the athletes that's come back and been, you know, really good, if not even better, with that. But obviously the health of it will be a question. I mean, he is 37 years old, but he doesn't really play like it. The other thing that I think has helped the Rockets, they've drafted well. Right, they've kind of drafted well, so that might, if that continues, they can potentially go through this, move on, and go from there. Now, speaking of moving on, what's happening with Josh Giddey? Are we in a situation where Josh Giddey? Okay, I saw, I don't know if you saw this, but walked out with the big check. Supposedly, the numbers say that he's getting offered the $20 million a year deal, 4-year, $80 million. We have no idea what's true, what's not, what we're hearing. Also, wouldn't it be tampering if this is the numbers that are getting leaked if he hasn't actually signed it? Because now, if that is the case, then why are other teams not being like, hey, you know? Or maybe the market isn't good for him. I don't know.
I mean, look, let's just be honest with the tampering thing. We all know tampering happens, right? Like, we all know. But I think as long as you're negotiating with your own team, technically under the rules, it's not considered tampering, right? So just to like get some clarity on that. The thing with Josh Giddey, man, I don't know if you can build around him as like a number one or a number two guy, even, right? Because he's a guy who he's good at, right? He's good at finishing at the rim. He's a very good rebounder for a guard, but in today's league, unless you're like an exceptional player, right? So someone like a Jaw, for example, you can't really have a lead guard be your best player without a shot. And I don't think Josh Giddey offensively is just like he's just that guy. And I think if the Bulls keep him, they're just going to be stuck in the same place they've been basically since like what Derrick Rose left, right? Which has just been, or not Derrick Rose, excuse me, Jimmy Butler left, which they're just going to be like a mediocre team, finish anywhere from like, the 6 to 10 seed and probably lose in the first round, right? And like, I get why they don't want to pay Josh Giddey $30+ million a year. I wouldn't either. I don't think he's that level of player, right? Like, I think ultimately, if he stays in Chicago, it's probably going to be something like what, 4 years, 90 million, something like that, just under like 25 million a year. I think it's going to be like something in that range, but I wouldn't want to give him more than that because I don't think he has the potential to be that guy considering just his like difficulties with shot creation, right?
What is the? I mean, I guess now the question is around the direction that the Chicago Bulls are taking, right? Like because they've gone through this the Vucevic situation. If you remember, I heard that he might have been on the market. They weren't able to find suitors for him. How does is there a possibility that they have that they can go out and potentially pair Giddey with the star, or are they gonna be in a situation where they're trying to build through the draft?
I mean, I think they have to build through the draft because they don't really have like, what's their best trade asset? Would you say outside of Josh Giddey? Probably Kobe White or like Ayo Dosunmu, right?
I mean, Kobe White though,
see that's a problem, right?
He's been a star, but also very Chicago. I don't know if they can kind of get rid of him because now you just have a bunch of whites running around, and I'm not sure if that's the direction. I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know if that's the direction. Also, Derrick Rose retirement jersey happening this year as well for Chicago. I wanted to see kind of it never really made sense how DeRozan goes to Sacramento, right? And then also Zach LaVine goes to Sacramento. It's like, well, I thought if this didn't work in the East, how is this
gonna work in a better conference?
In the West? And like, I get the Sabonis. So the only change you kind of made was Sabonis for Vucevic, and like, was that substantial enough? We're still waiting to see.
No, it's
now
not.
I guess now that we're talking about Sacramento.
We know.
Yeah. And now that I guess we're talking about Sacramento, one of the lingering things that we have. Coach, unfortunately, isn't here today, but Coach looks. His twin is Jonathan Kuminga, of course, and Jonathan Kuminga is one of those players that has been in the media. Not sure what he's been in the doghouse of Steve Kerr for quite some time.
Yes, he has.
Steve Kerr's come out and said, this guy doesn't really fit our system, but we still want to keep him here. God knows what the situation is there. There's been apparently other situations where he's being offered from other players and other teams and things like that. But he thinks his value is more than the teams or whatever the case is. Do we see a situation where he is returning to the Warriors?
It depends on what the Warriors are willing to take back. Like, I honestly think that because he wants a max contract, right? Which would be like, 5 years, $225 million, which I don't think any of us believe he's worth that, right? I think it's like, honestly, it reminds me a lot of like Josh Giddey, where I think if you're the Warriors right now, the thing that you have to do is maximize the next 2 years because that's how long Jimmy Butler signed for. And I think that's like the most you're going to get out of Steph, right? I think at best out of Steph Curry, you're probably going to get like 1 more elite year, maybe 2, right? And even with that, you're going to have to manage his minutes a little bit more. And if it's me, I would actually try to trade Jonathan Kuminga for something. What that is, I don't know yet, right? Like, I'd have to probably take a deeper look. But I don't
possibility right now for a Kuminga thing is a sign and trade, correct? Yeah. Like, he can't just because he's a restricted free agent, or how does that work?
Right. Well, if he's a restricted, if he's like a restricted free agent, it would be an offer sheet. But I think he still has to accept his qualifying offer. Like if he was to stay in Golden State for one more year, right? The way it would work, he'd have to sign like a 1-year qualifying offer. I think it's like 7.9 million or something like that. I'm just trying to go off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And then he'd play that 1 year out, and then he'd become a UFA at the end of the season, right? And I think it just makes more sense for the Warriors to trade him right now because he still has value, and I think he's perceived as a bit better than he actually is, just because he was a key part of that championship team, right? He was on that championship team, and the Warriors themselves, the way that they've talked about him, at least in the past, it's like he's the future of the franchise and he's the guy that they want to hand the keys to, right? So I think if it was me, then I would try to do a sign and trade and see what you can get, because there's no realistic way you're going to be able to pay him and Jimmy and Steph and whatever Draymond's next contract is going to be. Because, I don't think any of us think he's going to leave Golden State, right? He's a lifer there. And then whoever else they might bring in to...
We all believe that he was part of the long-term plans for the Warriors. Wow. And then there was a situation where Draymond came up and punched one of his teammates. And that kind of hampered their plans for long term, because it was. Remember, there was a time where it was Kuminga, Jordan Poole, and Moody, right? And that kind of whole was supposed to be taking over from this whole Klay Thompson era, the Steph and Draymond. Now it's going to be tough to do that now. But they've still drafted. Remember Quinton Post came on late last year. He had an incredible run with them.
And he was a great pick.
Yep. Right, now he's got to shoot a little bit better. But what's that other Mexican dude's name? Who am I thinking of?
The guy who looks like Anderson Varejao, right? Yeah, I know who you're talking about. He looks like Anderson Varejao.
That is the exact person he looks like. Sancho, maybe? Something like that? I don't know.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Santos.
He got more minutes at times than Jonathan Kuminga. And everybody, the internet is irate because it's like, what? How are we getting here now? How did this start to occur? But, it will be interesting. Now, final question from me before I throw it to Nelly G here, and he'll ask you some other questions.
I got you.
Are we going to see Russell Westbrook in the NBA this year? Because I'm hearing a lot of things that he might only have one place or one option or something like that. But, man, I don't know, man. Russ last year thought he was very good for Denver. I thought there might be more teams interested.
The thing with Russell Westbrook, right? Look, I'll be honest. I've never been a Russ guy, right? It's just, I think, my problem with Russ is that you have to play to his strengths. Otherwise, he just doesn't fit on a team, right? He's not, really the type of guy who can kind of change his game to mold around a team. And even with Denver, yes, he was little bit better off ball, sure. But, dude, there were some games where he single-handedly lost them. And, we know how it is with Russell Westbrook, right? He'll make a game-saving block, and then he'll shoot it into the 7th row. It's just... And again, now he's 37 too, right? So, and if he's getting the bag overseas, if I'm Russ, just, hey, man, go cash out. Cash out.
Yeah, but, it was just killing me how you described that. But he provided, some Energizer Bunny
I feel like off the bench, I feel like he could have a role off the bench.
And you're telling me there's not a space for that in the modern NBA? It's I don't know. I do think that him not having the elite ability to shoot does change kind of that whole mindset. But, still it can give you really good minutes and spot. Look, man, I don't know about you guys, but I've seen a lot of players in the NBA that get minutes that I'm watching, and it's what are we even? How is this guy? How is this guy getting a run?
I'm a Miami Heat fan. I don't know if it's clear on the camera. Right?
It is.
Believe me, watching my team this year was like basketball torture, dude. I completely understand.
But you got Khalil Ware.
Yeah. We also have the sin known as Terry Rozier, but
My God, fair. That's a whole situation on its own.
Yeah.
That's
not even the feds could help me out, bro. Not even the feds could help me out.
Now, speaking of feds,
allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly still. Diehard Oilers fan Nelly G. He has some questions for you.
Sir.
Well, I feel like this
need
question's
both,
for
bro.
all of Edmonton since we're sitting
yeah.
in our chairs waiting for this to be done. But when do you think the Connor McDavid extension happens, and what do you think the deal looks like? Short term, long
When
term?
it's gonna be short term. He's not signing long term. And if you're him too, right? Why would you, bro? He's not gonna sign for 8 years. Like if it's because the thing with Connor McDavid is right. If it's and again, I'm just saying what I would do if I was in his position, right? Sign like a 4 year deal, right? It's probably going to be like what 16.5 million because he's in a position where if he's not the highest paid guy in the league, then it makes the league look bad, right? Or not the league, sorry, it makes the players like association look bad because it looks like they're not fighting for their guys, right? So I think he'll sign probably. I think he's going to stay here. He'll sign like right before training camp. So what next week? I think what 4 years, 16.5. That's what I think.
Settle for a 8-year deal?
No, he's not
No?
signing for 8 years. No way.
Okay,
Because like
okay.
this is the thing too. The guy who his agent is the same agent that Austin Matthews has, right? So when Austin Matthews and the Leafs did their negotiations, Matthews he asked for 3 years. The Leafs asked for 5 years, and they ended up on 4. I think it's the same thing here. And realistically, like let's be honest, is there really a negotiation here?
Fair.
Like,
Fair.
like
With which side, though?
well, with the Oilers,
Whose
bro.
side is it?
Well, I feel like he wants to do a short-term deal just
Right.
to put some pressure on the organization since
and he should,
I
'cause-
can't say like they failed him, but to a certain
Well, Ken
extent they
Holland
kind of did.
but that's a different conversation.
Yeah, that's a whole different conversation there.
The Tyler
but,
Rangers were
you
bad.
know, we live and die by
Yes,
what
sir.
Connor is kind of thinking right now. Of
He'll
course,
stick.
because can't
He'll
lose
stick.
can't lose that. You know, he
Oh, our
is-
team isn't the same without him.
Yeah, I can't remember where it is in the city. They put that whole huge 97. Kind
Oh,
of.
Yeah.
really?
Yeah,
I haven't
It
seen
was
that.
like right
Yeah,
when
you
you
haven't
cross
seen
the
that?
I haven't
bridge.
seen
Yeah.
that.
Dude, sometimes I'll be driving, I'll get out my car and I'll touch it just for
Oh.
good luck. Yeah. Good luck, charm Connor McDavid. Now, if we lose that, it's gonna be very tough for
it's-
Edmontonians to kind of
telling you
look
there's
at
gonna
the
be
Oilers
riots,
the
bro.
same. I also think, but man, 4 years still, I feel like is a good period to have right
No,
now
and-
with what you've tried to build.
We still have him
Goaltending.
in his prime as well. But yeah, goaltending. Do you think we will have a new starting goaltender for game
Uh,
1 of the playoffs?
See, here's the problem. Like, I think we have a new backup. I don't think Stuart Skinner's going to leave. I don't think they trade Stuart Skinner, right? Because unless there's like a significant enough upgrade out there, right? Which is essentially a top 10 goalie, right? Because if you look at all of Stuart Skinner's stats, this guy's literally like the most mediocre goalie you can get. And like, I don't mean that in a bad way, right? Like, bro, so you guys all know what expected goals is, right? You know what his expected goals in the playoffs was? Exactly 0, which means he let in the exact amount of shot goals he was expected to. Like, he's an average goalie. They just need something a little bit better, right? Like, me personally, I would have tried to go after Jake Allen in free agency, right? Because I think he's a guy who he doesn't have to be a permanent starter, but they can kind of share the role a little bit, like they do in Toronto with what's his name, Anthony Stolarz and Joseph Wall, right? Just again, not to their level, obviously, but just two guys who are kind of decent, and that's all they really need, kind of decent. Like, if Stuart Skinner just plays how he does, not even like specifically against Dallas, just like how he did last year in the playoffs, they're fine, right? Because I don't think they lost that Game 7 because of him, right? And it's not like he was bad in the finals either. It's just he can't be your like savior, and he can't be the only guy you depend on. But I think upgrade on Calvin Pickard, bro. He's a 33-year-old guy who was in the AHL 2 years ago. Upgrade on that.
Beer league goalies is what we have been hearing a lot of.
Yes.
Now, do you see a situation where the Oilers are going to? I mean, are we in the market for a goaltender, or are we going to
Yes.
run this back? Like, I don't know what we aren't hearing enough about what the rumor mill is saying in terms of the Oilers actually target. And now, or is it a situation where we're just waiting for the Connor deal? And then we're gonna try and kind of improve that side of the roster.
I think that's what it is. Like, because with the Connor deal, that's basically like besides goaltending, I mean, they kind of accomplished everything else they've wanted to already, right? They got rid of a lot of the older guys who, I'll be honest, I think besides Connor Brown, all of those losses were fine. Like, do you really want to be paying like 40-plus-year-old Corey Perry $2 million, right? And then again, John Klingberg going to San Jose for like 3.5 mil. They can't afford that. It's just, I think the Connor deal, once that gets done, they'll probably like try a little bit more. I feel like they're probably going to sign someone like Ilya Samsonov, right? Who was like the backup in Vegas last year. I think he'll be on like a PTO, and then just guys like that essentially. And there's been like rumors going around for Sebastian Kosa too. He's one of I think he was picked like 15th or 16th overall by Detroit a couple of years ago. He's like a local Edmonton guy, and he has pretty decent numbers in the minors. So I think like he's another one that they're targeting.
There's another name I'd actually like to throw out there. He just got cleared yesterday from the NHL and NHLPA player assistant program, but Connor Ingram. What are your thoughts on him? Do you think he could potentially get signed to a PTO? Would he fit here next to Skinner and be the answer for the 1A, 1B tandem?
I'd give him a shot. What do they have to lose, right? Like, because again, as long as he's better than Calvin Pickard, which he was when he was healthy, right? Like, I know Vemelko was like the main starter in Utah, but if you look at last year was like a down season for Ingram. Obviously, like he had stuff going on, right? Because why else would he be in the player assistance program? But if you look at 2 years ago, he actually had pretty decent numbers, right? On a terrible like Coyotes team. And give him a shot. What do you have to lose? Because again, if he's better than Calvin Pickard and if he's the backup, at least you have a guy you can kind of rely on a little bit more to win you games, right?
Skinner too. Who knows?
Exactly. And if he is better than Skinner, then you have a guy who can kind of push him for the role. Like, I feel like the biggest problem for Stuart Skinner, it's just as inconsistent as he is, who's going to challenge him, right? To be that starter. Like, we all know Calvin Pickard's not that guy, right? So I think that's like the
career HL journeyman. I mean, hey, if it wasn't for him though, we probably would have been bounced out the first round last year.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, shout out to him for everything he did, bro. But realistically, you're going to need better than that.
We haven't had great luck with hometown goalies, of course, with Stuart Skinner. I wanted to ask.
Hit me.
Texas hockey, of course, dumpster fire. We don't like Texas hockey.
Right.
Texas basketball, still very good. Texas football, very good. But Texas hockey.
Yeah.
Mikko Rantanen still getting fined? Is that still a thing? Hey man, if I was him, I might get suited and booted up. But is he losing $1 million? What is the situation?
I think it's like six figures. I want to say like $99 US.
Yeah. Oh, it's not
99K US.
No, it's like, I don't know. I think with Dallas, bro, it's just Mikko's not going anywhere. He's signed for 8 years, right? He ain't going nowhere. I mean, hey, why would you leave Dallas, bro? You're living in a tax-free place, warm weather all the time, right? And like, as a former resident of the city, I'll say it's pretty nice. But I think if they trade anybody, it's probably Jason Robertson, and they're probably going to trade for like a right-handed defenseman, right? Just because if you look at their decor, bro, it's Heiskanen and Harley are nice. After that, though, it's kind of trash.
Cody Ceci, former other Cody Ceci in their top four in the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
Which definitely isn't a recipe for success.
Quick aside, nobody.
What is your kind of early inclinations for how it's going to play? Like, do you expect a third time to be Florida versus Edmonton? Is there another team? And how did, the Mitch Marner situation going from Toronto to Vegas, how does Toronto look and how does Vegas look? Sorry, I asked you more than one question there.
No,
I will
good.
let you take it however you want to.
No, you're good. I mean, let's just do Mitch Marner first, right? I think for Vegas, is it a really good signing? Yes, right? And he basically takes like Victor Olofsson's spot in their top six. So, and it's an obvious upgrade there. The thing that Vegas lacks, though, it's not really what Marner brings, right? The thing they lack is goal-scoring finishers. Like, if you look at their leading goal scorers last year, I think it was Dorofeyev with 35, and then second was Tomas Hertl with 31, right? Realistic, like they didn't have a single player who scored 40 goals, and we saw it against the Oilers too, right? None of their top players scored a single goal in that series. So Mitch Marner doesn't really help in that regard, but I think the hope that Vegas has is that with Marner there, they can kind of put the playmaking, they can kind of give him most of the playmaking and free up Jack Eichel to actually use his shot, right? And free up, like, Tomas Hertl to be more a focal point on that end. Same thing with someone like a Dorofeyev, too, who's going to get better because he's only like 23, 24. So in terms of like the standings, right, in the West with Vegas's improvements, it's going to be the same. Vegas will probably win the division. The Oilers will get second because I feel like they're going to play trash for like the first couple of weeks of the season, do really well until like January, fall off a little bit like right after the All-Star break, and then like be like 50-50 going into the playoffs. That's usually what ends up happening. So I think it's going to be the same. It's just that third spot, though, because I don't think LA makes it into the playoffs this year. So,
whoa.
You don't like what Ken Holland has done there?
Oh, Uncle Kenny, man. This guy.
Wait, you don't like LA? I feel like they have started to build something now. Drew Doughty being there for a long time. I mean,
they're old.
How long is he going to keep this up? We're not quite sure about that either, right?
Yeah, and he was hurt last year early on. He missed like the first 2 months.
He was hurt last year. He's 37.
Right. Older team though.
That's the thing with the Kings, right? They doubled down. They bought in a bunch of guys who are older and slower when the rest of the league is getting fast, right? And that's going to come back to bite them. Because, and again, look at who one of their few defensemen who was actually good against the Oilers last year, which was Jordan Spence, right? They traded him for a third-round pick and ended up replacing him with Cody Ceci, which, I mean, bro, we've all seen Cody Ceci play, right?
That is Mr. Game 7.
Yeah. Let's not disrespect Cody Ceci too much. But
it's the games 1 through 6 that I have the issue with,
Yeah. Last one. Toronto Maple Leafs, of course. Right. Maple Leafs fandom and things like that. There's a lot of that. We think, on our panel, they have deserved everything that they've gone for the last 30 years. And we hope that it continues for the next 30. But
let's clap it up.
What is the expectations now? Second year of Coach
Berube.
Yes. I was about to say Buble, but Berube. Now, he came in. He has that mentality of Tom Thibodeau.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. Supposed to be a hard-nosed coach, supposed to have a little bit more of that. Now, results were exactly the same, right? First move that they've actually made in a long time is the Mitch Marner situation ending up in Vegas. Now, are they going to be similar? Are they going to I assume they've gotten worse, but
yes,
what is the expectations for them?
See, I think they're going to be worse in the regular season, right? Because the thing with Mitch Marner, as bad as his playoffs were, he was always very, very good in the regular season, right? You could argue he was probably their best regular season player last year, right? I think it's Nylander, but if Marner would probably be number 2 on that list, right? And I think with Austin Matthews being healthy now, and a lot of the guys that they also bought in were good too. I think Matthias Michelli is a guy who has potential for a bounce back season. I think getting Nick Waugh to basically be the third line center that they've kind of been looking for, right? And another season with Anthony Stolarz, Joseph Wall, and Matthew Nye getting better. I think they'll probably get second or third in the division, right? Because I don't really trust the Senators that much. And again, I think Florida's probably going to I don't know if we can swear on the show or not, right? But be 50-50, right? Let's just say in the regular season, sorry, right? I don't think that they're really going to try that hard in the regular season. And then they'll probably be second in the division. The playoffs though, man, I don't know. I genuinely just don't know because I don't know what this team looks like without Mitch Marner. And they'll probably get I think they have to at least make the second round. I think that's the minimum expectation. At least make the second round.
That's optimistic, but we assume they'll figure it out.
That's the thing, I don't know. I wish I had a better answer for you guys. It's just
No. I think you gave the right answer. Yeah. We assume they'll figure it out. Probably not in my lifetime, but maybe in my kid's lifetime they might figure it out.
Not even that.
Let's hope not.
and we'll kind of go from there again. We can't thank you enough for joining us today. Incredible answers out of this guy. Incredible jaw out of this guy. Now, before we let you go, just quickly, do you roll out of bed looking like that, or is this a lot of curl cream?
No. My hair is just like actually like this. I swear. I just took a shower. That's why it's like wet right now.
Yeah.
Right? But
beautiful set of hair on this guy.
It looks great. It
looks bro. I wish I could roll out of bed looking like this. Right? Otherwise, I'd actually be in studio. You know, I gotta hide behind the camera for a reason.
We think you look incredibly handsome behind that camera screen. We will, of course, do this again because I think Insight was great.
Amazing.
I can't wait for the season to begin. We are definitely looking forward to it. We're definitely looking forward to having you share with us some of them. Nuances of the salary cap because we, of course, don't know enough. We can't thank you enough. Ladies and gentlemen, Abhinav Tirumula.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Cool. Let's take a break. We got some good insight right there.
Yeah, that was great.
That was some good insight.
I agreed with like all of it, honestly.
Didn't love the Russell Westbrook situation.
Maybe the Cody CC.
Cody CC.
Mr. Game 7.
A little Game 7, a little too much hate there. We big Russell Westbrook's Hall of Famer, our first ballot Hall of Famer, Mr. Russell Westbrook. I still hope that he's in the NBA coming this season. We'll take a short break. We'll be back in a few. See you then. Peace. Hello and welcome back to the second hour of our show. We just had a guest come on in the last hour before we went to break. We got some really good insight. What was your, do you have any takeaways from that conversation? Of course,
Everything was great. I mean, he was reminding me of Elliot Friedman, honestly.
did have that kind of vibe to him.
Yeah.
Great hairdo.
Just like Elliot. Just like Elliot. Like.
Yeah, just like Elliot Friedman. Is Elliot Friedman the Adam Schefter of the NHL?
Yeah, he's like that, the Woj, or I guess the Shams now.
Shams.
Yeah.
Oh, Shams Charania, man.
I do
Shout out
enjoy
to him.
Huh?
Shout out to Shams.
Yeah,
man.
shout out to Shams, man.
But I thought some of the conversation around, Kuminga, not sure what's going to happen there still, will be interesting. Of course, now we know has to be a sign and trade. So everything that we heard in the past with him getting offers from other teams, not allowed actually, which was kind of funny. And then of course the NHL stuff. Texas hockey though, there was a question about how they might be. I saw in the rumor mill that they might actually be trying to transition and kind of build around Rantanen and what he's bringing now.
Yeah,
of course, if he's got to go serve in the military, that would be interesting.
Yeah, what if he gets hurt while serving? Like, how would the Stars really?
I assume but I assume the serving is just like a training thing. Cause remember what was his name? Larry Markkinen. He did that. Yeah.
The top and everything.
Yeah. Felt like a fairly easy.
Hey, maybe you could get hurt during training too.
Fair. You can get hurt in the bathtub like John Wall, which was a hilarious situation that happened to him.
Former Oiler Dustin Penner broke his back while cooking up pancakes back in the day.
For some reason I remember this.
Very random. I can't lie.
Yeah, but it just goes to show you can get hurt doing literally anything.
Yeah, and then who's the guy with the fireworks? NFL?
Yeah, Najee Harris. Yeah, firework in the eye, absurd situation. And then let's not forget, David Njoku last year burning his face. Fireplace incident that he had. He still goes out and plays that week. Oh, what face mask, everything, couldn't see. And like second, third degree burns, man. Oh my gosh, what an absolute dog. That was a pretty good first hour. Now, for the second hour, we have some football stuff that we should probably get into because, of course, football is happening right now. I'm kind of surprised no Drake May.
No Drake May, no Trayvon Henderson, or any of the three running backs.
Very happy Jackson Dart is getting a chance to play. I don't know if you've seen conversation around Jackson Dart is starting to heat up a lot. And I think, of course, New York, it's going to be that. But it does seem like if it doesn't go well, which we assume it won't, but if it doesn't go well for a Russ or even a Jameis, right, who I think should be QB1, but if it doesn't go well for those two, Jackson Dart and the conversation around him getting in that rotation and in that QB1 spot will get loud very, very quickly.
I think once they know their season is done mathematically, that's when Jackson Dart comes in. And then being out mathematically will be pretty quick, I feel like.
But again, we talk about, that defense could be very good.
Low-key.
Right? That defense could be very good. Abdul Carter, I thought, was, kind of the steal. Dexter Lawrence still there.
You got Brian Burns, I just want to say.
Brian Burns, right? They traded for him. And then let's not forget, another top 5 pick, Kayvon Thibodeau is still there. So that defensive line is very good. Very good. So if they can kind of, and then, Malik Neighbors. You have a stud number 1 wide receiver. So if Russ can, and one thing we do know about Russell Wilson is that he can throw the deep ball.
Yeah.
Now, if you can give him enough time to throw the deep ball, because remember the question's always been around that offensive line. You drafted Evan Neal, and Andrew Thomas, who's played well. He's finally just coming back off of the PUP list. So it's like, are they gonna have some cohesiveness for the first time in I don't know how long on that offensive line to give Russ enough time to actually he can throw the deep ball. I think that part of it is going to be tough, for them to get there. But if they could just kind of figure that out, run game as well, we don't know. I think there's a bit of
Tracy Jr. and the rookie Cameron.
Cam Scattaboo. He's gonna be RB1, I assume.
He's
very
playing right
soon.
now. 3 carries, 12 yards.
Dude, he's very good.
That offense, honestly, isn't as bad.
Yeah, there's a lot of people
have
made, and that defense we expect them to be good. So it's like, I don't know, man. Brian Daboll might have cooked some. He might have cooked some. Now he's coaching for his job, of course. So we'll kind of see. And when you are coaching for your job, you try to make decisions that help you win now or show you something now, right? Not necessarily what's best for the team, I would say, which, sometimes is the question. And with that, Shane Steichen and Chris Ballard coaching for their jobs in Indianapolis, they go with Danny Dimes instead of AR, which, again, Colts Twitter very loud about that. But when you're coaching for your job, you make that decision because you're like, I could potentially have a Sam Darnold situation here, win right now, keep my job for another year, and then let's see what I can kind of cook up with everything else. So I see that happening in New York as well this year. But Jackson Dart, I don't know if you saw, but there was a few people that said, and this is this time of year, of course.
Yeah.
A lot of Josh Allen in him. One thing I will say, preseason I don't think gives you anything. Okay, I don't actually think that it gives you what it will. Sometimes with just quarterback play, I think what it does kind of give you is the composure of a quarterback. I think it gives you, okay, is this guy going to be happy feet? Mm-hmm. Right? Is he going to be sped up a little? Is it, right? Like, can they calm themselves down? Can they step up in the pocket even when the rush isn't as quick as it's going to be on game day in the regular season? Can they kind of... And Jackson Dart, man, I've been very impressed with how he's looked in the pocket, the composure,
he looks like he's got all the tools.
He's got all the tools. Now remember there was a conversation around him being QB2. He became QB2, right? He became QB2 for New York. So I don't know, man. I'm excited. I think that Jackson Dart, I feel like in New York as well, has the incredibly great hair, fits the mold of what I think New York quarterback, going from an Eli to a Danny Dimes to this, could be the next one that they finally get in New York.
What do they all have in common?
Well, one thing that they definitely have in common is the color of their skin. Which you know what? But they're QB1.
They're QB1 material, right?
But they're QB1 right now.
Yeah.
Not that.
No, yeah,
not that. So
not that.
they're QB2 even, maybe not that with JMO.
For now.
Fair. We don't know. There's a report that a lot of teams are fielding calls for Jameis Winston.
Oh.
So because I thought, we talked about this, like, one of the most important positions in football is the backup quarterback. Mm-hmm. So when you're, if you are the Jets, for example, and now Tyrod Taylor has gotten hurt and might miss a long time. Yeah, so, you go and get Jameis and have him back up at Justin Fields, who they add very different dynamic to your team.
Yeah.
So, and then there's some other places where I think a Jameis, like, you come in and, be a part of that quarterback room, like, would I think help a lot of people.
I can see him being on, like, almost every team.
Every team almost, right?
I can see the Jags. I can see, like, maybe the Cards if Kyler gets hurt.
The Chargers.
The Chargers as
well.
Right?
We've seen some of the hits that Justin Herbert takes.
Yeah.
And it's like, Herbie is... I think the comparison with Herbie, Matt Stafford in Detroit, very similar. Takes the big hits, but is able to make every single throw on the football field. Right? Is able to kind of dice up everything, but isn't able to win. Yeah, right?
Maybe that's why you got Madison Beer now.
Yeah, fair.
Hey.
Is that a power couple?
It's a bigger power couple than
No,
Meg
you're
Thee
not
Stallion
saying that. Is Meg Thee Stallion
bro.
bigger than Madison Beer? Yes.
No. If we're talking about what they do for their jobs, a.k.a. artists that drop music and shit.
Yeah. You don't think Meg Thee Stallion
When was the last time Meg dropped a song? Let alone it being good or not.
She doesn't need to. She's already she's already made it.
Bro, stop.
And Clay is.
I give you Clay. I see you. I give you Clay. Like Clay's carrying that whole thing.
Yeah. I see you and I raise you, Madison Beer. Yeah. That whole situation. Yeah. No, I don't know, man. I think that is become a very good power couple. Now, speaking of power couple, Jerry Jones and Micah Parsons not a power couple. Unfortunately, not. Yeah, not a power couple. There's a report that Jerry said he offered Micah Parsons the highest non-quarterback contract in the National Football League, and David Mulugeta, who is the Rich Paul of the NFL, kind of has everybody, he represents like everybody, feels like. Okay, incredible agent, incredible mind for the game as well. He told Jerry Jones, "Stick it up your ass," is what he said, and I quote, by the way, is what the report was, that he's not cool with the compensation that was offered, which, I mean, is interesting. Now, Adam Schefter did report that they are headed for a divorce. Now, if that is the case, I mean, Troy Aikman kind of spoke about it for, I think, the first or second time this entire saga has gone on, and he pretty much said, because we're talking about, Michael Parsons doesn't really have leverage, right? Fair. And Troy Aikman said, his leverage is they ain't going to win without him, which, if you think about it, is the best leverage to have, right? Isn't that the best leverage to have?
But for Jerry now, I feel like he just cares about his money. I mean, what has he done the last 5 years? Football moves related.
Drafted incredibly well. That's what he's done. That is what he's done.
Fair,
yes. My thing is this, right? If you take Jerry as the general manager, right? Name me 5 to 7 general managers that have drafted as well as Jerry. I couldn't.
Texans GM.
Nick Caserio, very good. Yeah, Nick Caserio, very good.
Let me think here.
Yeah.
I'm going to get you with this.
Les Snead, I think, with the Rams, if you think about what they have done. Yeah. Andy Reid and Brett Veach in Kansas City, I think you could say that one.
If Anthony Richardson panned out, I would have said.
No, dude. Chris Ballard hasn't won a playoff game in 8 years that he's been there. 8 years. 2 playoff appearances in 8 years.
Oh, yeah, that's tough.
Hasn't won the division since he's been a general manager.
If they protected Andrew Luck, man, they would have had at least 1 Super Bowl ring.
But my thing is that that person, I love Chris Ballard, okay? Mm-hmm. Think he is very, very good. But I don't know how many people can keep that job with being that type of record. Think about who can have that? Also gone through 4 coaches in that time. Remember the time they hired Jeff Saturday? You know what I mean? You remember the time they hired Jeff Saturday, bro?
And he didn't have any coaching experience prior to that one.
No, he did not. So it's to me, I
take that one back.
Honestly. Yeah, that one was an absurd one. Who is Well, I think you could say John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan in San Francisco, potentially. Well, Adam Peters just got there, and he is from the San Francisco system. Guy in Tampa Bay, forgetting his name.
I'm forgetting it too.
Yeah, Mike Williams? No, Mike Green? Mike Green, I want to say, in Tampa Bay. Him and Todd Bowles, I feel like they've done really well. Mike Green?
The GM?
Yeah. Jason Light? Okay. I thought it was for some. Is that Tampa Bay?
I want to say so.
Who's Mike Greenberg?
I'm thinking Mike Green, a.k.a. former Edmonton Oilers.
Nah, Mike Greenberg is somebody's general manager. Okay. Or maybe he's not. I don't know. Jason Light, though? Okay.
Yeah, Jason Light is the GM.
Done very well there, I think.
What was the name you were saying? Mike what?
Mike Greenberg, not the ESPN guy.
Not the ESPN.
Not the ESPN guy. I want to say he's in the NFL somewhere. No?
I don't think so.
Okay, never mind. But yeah, so we've named those.
Yeah.
Right? But if you just look at conferences, right, the Raiders, no. The Chargers, no. The Broncos, no. We already got the Chiefs. Right.
Sorry, Mike Greenberg, assistant GM.
Okay,
Assistant GM.
I heard he makes all the calls.
Okay.
Yeah. This is what
okay.
from our.
He's a Messiah.
He's
he's
the assistant GM in Tampa.
Yeah.
Okay, heard he is the kind of the pseudo GM already there, and has been for a while. Heard he is scout guru. Okay, this is kind of the conversation and around him in NFL circles is that he is a very good scout. Has kind of moved up the ranks because of that. Will probably get hired as an official GM somewhere else. Would like to see him get an opportunity because I think
maybe on the Cowboys.
No, I mean Jerry's not going to let that position go, man. He's offered that position to his son, Steven Jones also does a part of that, which is hilarious.
So like our situation with the Oilers, Daryl Cates,
Yeah.
his son potentially being the successor there.
Fair. Wow, ownership group? Okay.
Maybe. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah. Okay, but so Jerry Jones still in the top.
I don't know, man.
Think about all the names we just listed though.
His credibility went down when he gave Dak Prescott $60 million.
But had to.
Had to
is crazy because you could have let him
yeah.
walk. But then if you let him walk, it's like you're You know how hard it is to find a quarterback?
Him signing him not signing him,
Yeah.
your Super Bowl window, dead right then and there regardless. Either way you
So
go.
you're saying that they have the same odds of winning the Super Bowl with or without Dak?
Yes.
That's ridiculous.
Yes.
No, man.
I don't think Dak's all that, bro. He puts up a lot of empty stats, go down by 20, 30.
Yeah.
Chalks
Chuck.
a bunch of good stats. I'm like, oh, Dak Prescott had a pretty decent game. Yeah, the garbage time fucking stats. Yeah, I'm not on the Dak Prescott bandwagon.
The Lions also could throw in. They've drafted well for the last 3-4 years, I would say.
Definitely not the Saints or Raiders. Brock Bowers, Ashton Genty now.
Yeah, but we just got a GM.
Yeah.
And then the guy that drafted him, Pelissero or Tella something, we fired him as well with AP after giving him a 5-year deal.
I don't think the Raiders would ever.
No, but we got John Spytek, who
It's not bad. You're liking him?
he was the intern for. Guess who? Mike Greenberg.
So he's valid. He's valid.
He's valid. I really thought we were gonna get Adam Peters. Okay, thought that was. He interviewed with us twice. I don't know how he didn't get the job with the Raiders. Coming out of the Shanahan and John Lynch kind of situation there, assistant general manager for the Niners for that entire kind of period.
Yeah.
And then he interviewed once with the commies and got the job. It's like, what are we even doing? You know, it was one of those situations. But speaking of general manager and stuff, I don't know if you saw it, but there's another member of the Jones family that was in the media yesterday, or Charlotte Jones, Jerry's daughter. She does the radio stuff as well.
Oh, I had no idea.
She's part of the Cowboys player something. I can't remember her official title. She talked about how she doesn't understand why there's a spotlight on their team.
She doesn't understand why?
She doesn't understand it.
I mean, you're valued as like the most highest valued fucking franchise.
But my thing was, my biggest takeaway was that kind of did come off a little tone deaf. Okay, not because let's forget the value of the team just as all, right? You are talked about because you are part of the NFL as a global brand and stuff, right? But you make decisions and things like that no other team does. You, as the ownership group, right, talk directly to the media. No other ownership group does that, right? So you have put yourself in those, right? Jerry Jones flies his helicopter, lands on the field. No other ownership group is doing that.
That's actually goated, though.
Yeah, Jerry's World in Dallas at the AT&T arena is open to the public for tours. No other team is doing that. Not even the Cincinnati Bengals are doing that. And they are selling TV screens from their arena like a garage sale, and they're not doing that. So, I mean, so I just came off a little tone deaf. It's like, how are you not seeing that is what you have kind of created? This is what I thought. This is what you wanted.
I guess not. I guess not.
It's just like that.
You can't have it both ways, in her situation.
But like they're valued, the star, everything about them. I get it, to be honest with you, why they are so appealing. But the Micah Parsons thing seems like it's headed in the very wrong direction.
If he doesn't play week 1, it's going to linger throughout the entire season.
Yeah.
It's going to get to the locker room.
Yeah, even if he does, I think at this point it's going to linger. Because the moment that they lose 2 games in a row, it's going to come up.
They're going to cave.
Yeah. No, but ESPN will cave. That's the problem.
They already have.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But it definitely will get louder, though.
Right, it will instantly become a conversation. Oh, if they just paid Mike on time, maybe they could have, if they just did this, if they just handled this properly, it could have been, that whole situation is going to run.
Even if he does get the bag there, like, do you think he'd want to, like play for them even? Like, give it his all, you think? Like,
I think football is one of those sports that not giving it your all and being 100% committed gets you hurt. More than any other sport, because it's a full contact sport. You know what I mean? Like, if you are not finishing every tackle, if you are not, getting off the line if you're not doing all that at 110%, you will get hurt. And that is kind of the difference between the NBA and things. You don't have a choice, right? Same thing in the NHL. You don't have a choice, right? Because if you're not 110% there, somebody's still hitting you. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So it's like somebody's still hitting you in football as well. You still getting hit. So it's like if you're not fully there, it's like it's very tough to, kind of be half-assing it. Now, I do think he could be half-assing it in the media with those responsibilities and in the locker room and the commitment to film and all that. Yeah, definitely could see all that. And that could translate to the field.
Yeah.
But I think just in terms of effort, will be very hard to, just be half-assing it. But we'll see. Yeah. We'll see. Now, what would you give up for him? What do you think the going price right now is for a Micah Parsons?
2 first-round picks, and I'd say like an elite defensive player as well.
I'm gonna say 2 first and 2 first and a second.
That's it. No player involved.
Nah, no player. Nah. I don't want to give up no player. Nah, I think that's enough, man. Because I can't give up. But because now you're asking me to give up too much.
Would you think? How would you feel about the Bengals and the Cowboys swapping Trey Hendrickson and Micah Parsons? Obviously, the Bengals have to give up more. Yeah. But what are your thoughts on that?
So
is it a good move?
So if they swap, right, and if I'm the Bengals, I only have to give up
Trey and 2 firsts.
No way. Trey and a first and a second, yes. Okay, because, Micah's a lot younger. But I'm also giving you a sack leader. I'm not giving you a scrub. I'm giving you the NFL sack leader. Yeah. So
older,
but incredibly valuable.
And then for the Bengals, it's like you're in the same situation financially.
Yes, that is the only problem. Because now I have to not only give up my first-round assets and an elite player, now you're also asking me to pay somebody $40-some million after I've given that to a lot of my players on the other side of the ball.
It's like 3 guys.
Yeah, so it's like, can I, go through that? And I think it's definitely doable when it comes to money. I just think that from team perspective, you are asking a lot. Mm-hmm. And if we're being honest, the NFL, it doesn't love doing that. NFL teams don't love doing that. So because I think the Khalil Mack trade didn't, end incredibly well for Chicago either. So it's like
during that time, it was like a groundbreaking trade.
He was so good though.
It was crazy.
He was very good.
He was amazing.
He was very, very good. He was very good in Chicago. Been very good with the Chargers as well. Yeah. I mean, they gave up on Joey Bosa because Khalil Mack was the guy. So, I just think that because of high-level players being in those situations. Those trades never really pan out well for either side. It's like it's a little bit tough. As well as highly we think of Micah Parsons, still somebody I can find.
Really?
I still think that somebody you can find and develop into something like this. Let's be honest. I mean, he's no Myles Garrett. He's no T.J. Watt. And it's like if I'm comparing it those two dudes.
Definitely in that convo though.
Yeah, definitely in the conversation. But I still think that those two guys you can't contain them. Yeah. Micah Parsons, we've seen get contained, and I think that there's an element to that we have to also take in, is that some teams can contain him. You cannot contain a T.J. Watt. Like what?
You can't do much.
You can't contain a Myles Garrett. What are you supposed to do? The guy is bullying through two people. Are you gonna chip him with the running back? Like no, because now your running back's hurt.
Exactly.
Like it's just
I still think Micah's a definitely game changer.
Game changing player. No, for sure. I just think that from team perspective, it's like, how much am I really willing to give up? Right? Am I supposed to leverage my entire next 4 or 5 years for this player?
Yeah.
But for the Bengals, it makes sense, right? Because now you're in the window.
Yeah.
Joe's paid, Jamar's paid, T's paid, right? You're in the window.
You just gotta work that defense. Fix that
I
defense.
still think the best landing spot, and I said earlier, the best landing spot's still the Packers.
Facts.
Jordan, been in the league a long time now. Okay, let's not act like this is a young cat anymore.
Oh, it's his time now.
Oh, right. Gotten paid a lot of money, right? Dealt with some injuries. Hasn't played consistent since the first start after sitting for 3 years, right? First year starting. Hasn't played consistent enough. So if I'm a Packers fan, now it's like, okay, you got to show me something. You have to be the Aaron Rodgers that we saw for 20 years. Got to show me something now, because this was the prince that was promised, right?
20 years before that.
Yeah. Brett Favre. So it's like, you got to show me something now. And I think that he shows you something, but your defense...
If he shows you something, then it's time for the Packers to go get a Micah Parsons. Because then they'll be serious for winning the chip. But it all depends on J. Love being healthy, being consistent. And that's pretty much it.
But my thing is that, like, if you go get Micah Parsons right now, right, then it is all about Jordan. Right now, there's an scapegoat. Right now, Jordan can go ball out, right, or be mediocre, up and down, have some peaks and valleys, right, and the scapegoat will be the defense. Right, you lost Jair. Yeah. You don't have a star defensive tackle or a defensive end that's like pressuring the quarterback at every time. So it's like, I think there's a bit of a scapegoat that you have built in. You go out and get a Micah Parsons, now there is true pressure. And now I think if you're Jordan, you have to play well.
I think it's pressure on the whole organization.
There's a lot of pressure on the organization.
Because Parsons, he gets what he wants. He gets moved out of Dallas, gets his bag. He's got to go out there and perform that he's worth the $40 million player.
Yeah.
And on top of that, Jordan Love, you got to perform now.
Yeah.
The coaching staff, the GM, everything. You have the running back, Josh Jacobs. I guess the only thing you could say is, like, who is their true number one receiver? Because all of them are pretty much the same at this point. So I guess
hopefully Golden, who they drafted in the first round, he turns out to be good, because there's rumors that Romeo Doubs might get cut.
Right?
Yeah, I saw that. I was blown away. I was blown away.
Especially with the injury concerns of Christian Watson. Honestly, all of them.
all of them. And then, but that one guy moving to DB from last year, not Bobo.
I'm forgetting.
I can't remember. No, that was Seattle. There's a wide receiver in Seattle named Bobo.
I want to say something like Nickel.
I can't remember.
But I know. I remember that happening.
He moved to Bonick? No, that would be. No. He moved to defensive back. And so now you've lost that as well at your wide receiver spot.
Yeah.
And
Bo Melton?
Yes. Bo Melton.
Yeah.
He moved wide receiver to DB.
Yeah.
And my thing is that, like, are we... I don't know. Like, is this going to be a situation where we're still talking about this in the next, year or two that we don't have a wide receiver?
That's their.
Or are we in the conversation of, I can go trade for one because they have, like I said, I think wide receivers have been starting to get moved a lot more often than in the past.
Maybe like a Tyreek.
Maybe a Tyreek Hill, right? Maybe a Tyreek Hill. Maybe a Scary Terry.
Scary Terry.
Yeah. Maybe you go out, man. And then you can add some filler pieces, right? We'll see what happens with the three in Tampa Bay because I don't know if you can. If Ibuka is what we think he's gonna be wide receiver 1 within like week 7.
I still think Mike Evans is wide receiver 1.
Yeah,
but wide receiver 2, for him.
But if you think right, Mike Evans great, but Ibuka could get a lot more targets.
Especially if Mike's getting doubled with Godwin up.
But also Mike usually long ball guy as well, deep crosser guy, right? Ibuka could step in and be the high target guy, short yardage person. Mike Evans still getting the long yardage, 20-yard, 30-yard per catch guy. But Ibuka could be the 5 to 8-yard. So have more targets, though, right? Could be that type of safety blanket wide receiver. Very similar to JSN.
Yeah.
When he came, now JSN last year became wide receiver 1, took over for DK, and then obviously they move on from DK Metcalf. It's like everybody saw it happen right before us. It's like when they drafted JSN, I'm like, oh, this is wide receiver 1. And it took them a year or two to kind of get him into that situation, and now they are, then now you add Cooper Kupp.
It's a great number 2 to have.
Yeah,
next to JSN.
But that's what I mean is just like I think that wide receivers are getting Scary Terry. Right, hasn't signed, so it's like he's still available.
Did you see that clip of Scary Terry?
What clip?
On the sidelines a few days ago. He was like mouthing the word 66 to one of his like coaches, and the fans started speculating, saying, "Oh, he wants $66 million, like as his total contract."
2-year deal.
2-year deal.
It's a lot of money.
It was all over my Twitter the other day.
That's a lot of money.
Like, but fuck, you gotta pay him.
61 and a half, yeah. I mean, no, I have to pay him. But it's
Would you give that contract?
Yeah, I would give it tomorrow. But that's because I think if you're the commies, you're there.
Plus, it's only 2 years. It fits the window, right? With Jaden and everything.
Yeah. And I think if you're the commies, you're finally there. You're finally there. And I'm gonna tell you right now, okay? Young quarterbacks that have come into the league, right? Very high on J.J. McCarthy. Think that if you're going to move on from Sam Darnold after he won you 14 games, you must believe in this kid a lot. And I have become a big believer in Kevin O'Connell. I think Jay Jets is the only wide receiver that we've seen in football. Doesn't matter who the quarterback is.
Yeah.
That dude is going to get open. Okay? So if you have that guy and those... I think so. JJ in the NFC, about to get. Let's say he's good. Okay. Now, if you're the commies, right, you're thinking, oh, we might need to go through them, right? Like, I just think that there's so many places where players are get. I mean, let's say Jackson Dart in the NFC, same division. Let's say he gets better, and he is the guy that they think he is. Now you might have to go through him twice a year, maybe 3 times a year if you play them in the. The Phillies are going to be the Phillies.
They're already going to be
right.
Good, yeah.
Dallas is going to be Dallas. So you still have to go through that team in your division, and then like the entirety of the NFC could Bryce Young,
fair,
right? Caleb, right? Like
there's a lot of teams out there that could get good.
And then the Packers could get better. The Lions could get better. Like it's just to me, it's like if you're the commies, you finally found a guy, okay? Finally found the guy. And you have the right team situation. Everybody around you is kind of shit.
Yeah.
Right? Besides the Philadelphia Eagles, who we think...
Clear cut
better than anybody in the NFC, right? If you're the commies, that is your direct competition. You play them twice a year. You played them 3 times last year, NFC Championship game, But... everybody could get better in the next year. The time goes by so fast.
You just got to go for it sometimes.
You know?
You got to go all in right away.
I saw a thing yesterday. that Patrick Mahomes is entering his 9th year?
That's crazy to even think
Isn't
about.
that crazy?
What the hell?
Isn't that crazy? Because I could have sworn, like, he was entering. You know what I mean? Like, time, Dan. Time goes. Lamar and Josh Allen entering their 8th year?
But I still remember when Lamar was trying to battle for the number 1 position over Joe Flacco. Like,
Bro, I still remember how leading up, watching him win the Heisman, going through the whole process and them saying that this guy cannot play quarterback at the next level. And then the whole interview with Deion Sanders after he gets picked late in the first is they're going to get a Super Bowl out of me. You know, like that whole moment. And then the whole conversation around Josh Allen and, it's like, yeah.
Time's flying.
That felt like, and then let's not forget, Joe Burrow entering his 6th, right? Who could forget the 2019, what he did? Man. What he did with Jets and and Chase.
Yeah.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the backfield. And that magical run at LSU. At Oregon, head coach with the Go Tigers chant. And he's entering his... It goes by fast. It goes by so fast. I remember them
like, upsetting the Chiefs in the playoffs.
That's what I mean.
When everyone thought that it was the Chiefs' game to lose.
Yeah, and now that hasn't happened in almost 3 years.
Holy hell. Where has the time gone?
The time flew by, dude. So it's like, if you are the team that has overachieved and moved up your window this much, you have to capitalize. Because the thing that the Chiefs did better than any other team is they capitalized. First-year starter, Pat Mahomes, right? I remember it like it's yesterday, dude, because watch this guy come in, play the very last game of the year for Alex Smith. He comes into next year. He throws 50 touchdowns, and we're all watching like, I'm sorry, what now? Right? And then goes to the AFC Championship game. Crazy. Loses to Brady. Right? So it's like, it happens so fast. And if you are a team on the cusp, you have to capitalize. They get to the AFC Championship game. They lose. New England. It goes on. And then they're back. They're just back. They're back. So
had Tyreek 1 year, got rid of Tyreek, you're back.
But you know what they did well is that they kept that nucleus around. Joe Tooney was there for a while. Creed Humphrey been there for a while. Chris Jones on the other side been there for a while. Tyreek Hill and Travis were there for a while. Like Andy Reid, head coach, Brett Veach. That whole nucleus was together, right, during the development of Pat.
Yeah.
Right. You trade away Jaden's number 1 option or you don't pay him and there's this turmoil. It sends a bad message to everybody else in that locker room.
It just shows you're not serious enough.
It also shows you that you're not loyal enough because the one person that has been synonymous with the commies since the name change, he went through 2 name changes.
Yeah.
Right? It's been him, and now when you finally have a chance to win, right? So now, if you're looking in the locker room, you're thinking to yourself like, "Yo, if it could be him and Terry McLaurin, it could be us."
Exactly. Right?
Like, am I thinking about other options as well? Now, Brian Robinson Jr., same thing. Like,
and who knows? Jaden might be like, "Hey, what about me?
Yeah.
You guys loyal to me? Like, what's going on?"
Yeah, so I just think that they have to capitalize, man, because a lot of these young quarterbacks, man, could be really good, could be really shite. Yeah. Could be really, really shite. But that is the time of year that we are in, so.
Such an exciting time, though.
Such an exciting time, But can't wait for football.
Man, I'm itching for my fantasy drafts.
Yeah, same.
Week 1 NFL.
Same. Just can't wait for football, though.
I know.
I feel like the offseason's too long.
Yeah.
Right? The NFL offseason feels so long.
NFL and NHL offseason for me. Especially with how dead this summer has been in the NHL.
But the NHL, they still play. They come back in October.
Yeah. But training camps probably starts pretty soon, I want to say.
But they ended in July.
The season?
Yeah.
June. Like mid-June.
Okay, so they ended.
The finals was like mid-June, yeah.
Okay, they ended in mid-June. They come back in October.
It's like mid-June. The draft's like a week later. Type shit. They're free agency.
The Super Bowl's early February.
Yeah. But they're only 16 weeks, right? Like we got
18 weeks.
18 weeks, sorry. So we have 82 games. About to be 84 or 83. And then we got grueling fucking playoff schedule.
Yeah. But that's what I mean is that the NFL offseason seems so long.
Because it actually
is. Because it actually is so damn long. Now, we talked about with our guest about the Oilers, of course, and we love the Oilers. Would want to see the Oilers win. What would you give up to win to see the? I don't know if you saw that clip of the New York Jets guy. Have you seen that?
I don't think so.
Guy, New York Jets, right? Fan. Guy goes, asks him, "What would you give up for a Jets Super Bowl?" He thinks about it. I would give up my second-born son. Why not the first? I love him very much. Dude. Incredible answer.
Bro, that was honestly gonna be my answer, my firstborn, honestly.
Nah, but I was thinking about that answer. I'm like, the second-born son has to be from the second marriage. It cannot be from the same marriage because he's cannot be from the same. Yeah. What would you give up though, man? You would give up. Would you give up Nuge?
My dog?
Yeah.
It's tough, man.
Yeah.
It's my dog.
Yeah,
man.
it is your dog.
It is honestly, for the cup.
Yeah.
Take Nuge.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll give Nuge to Nuge.
Fair.
Give Nuge to Nuge.
Fair.
You know how when the Raps won, the guy with the quactus, I'd give Nuge on the bus. I'd give him my dog, Nuge.
Oh my god. Yeah, bro.
What would you give up for a Raiders Super Bowl?
What would I give up? Bro, I would give up a lot, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, I would give up a lot, honestly. I would give up the ability to think, bro. I would give that shit up, bro. I would give it up for science, man, if I could see in my lifetime the Raiders win. Yeah, that would be pretty incredible.
We got to watch one of our teams win, the Raptors.
Again, and we're living off of that glory. Still, you know how crazy that is?
Like, the one Canadian team in the NBA won before 7 Canadian teams in the NHL.
Yeah.
More recently.
Yeah.
Like, that makes no fucking sense.
That makes sense. Nah. You know how hard it was for the Raptors to win? You witnessed it. You witnessed it.
Honestly, that Philly series? Oh.
Yes. But that's the Bucks going up 2-0 against us, right? Kawhi getting asked, where do you go from here after being down 0-2? We're going back home. And then we go back home and win 4 straight, right? Like, on one knee. You know, that again, that championship run, I don't know if the East was ever as good as that run that we had.
Because on paper, like, bro, Sixers was like the second best team on paper that year other than the Warriors.
No, yeah, fair, but I think, the Bucks were also
number
very
one
good.
Seed.
The Bucks were
number one seed.
But Jimmy Butler being on Philly, like, there was so much. We went through a gauntlet to get to where we needed to get to.
Honestly, man. I guess the Bucks, even down 0-2,
I wasn't that scared simply because
we've seen it before with DeMar beating them in the playoffs.
Yeah, but I also think that Kawhi was so cerebral. I mean, the run he had as an individual is still historic. I mean, he averaged
like 30,
like 3.5 or something like that. Second most ever, only by Jordan, I think, averaging more. Absurd numbers, dude. So it's like, I wasn't that worried, but I was still worried. I'm not going to say I wasn't worried. You know, going down 0-2 in the playoffs, still an incredibly...
Wasted a 30-some point performance from Kyle game 1.
Yeah.
The guy went off for like 6-7 threes. I was like, if we're losing this game, like, do they have a chance? I was like, nah, we good.
Yeah, but you know what I mean, though? We had to go through all that to win. In the NHL, okay? Realistically. Besides the Oilers, maybe the Canucks when they blew that lead in Game 7 to lose to the Bruins, right?
Flames in 04.
Maybe that team, but even that, 06, the Oilers. Yeah. What other team has had a realistic... And even those teams, besides, let's say, Vancouver in 2011.
I mean, on paper, these Canadian teams don't look that bad. Like, you're telling me the Leafs on paper don't look good under Brendan Shanahan?
Come on, guy. That's the Dallas Cowboys. Right? Like, wouldn't that be the Dallas Cowboys on paper? It's like you're led by somebody that's never won.
Hey, 5 years ago, the narrative was Austin Matthews is better than McDavid and Leon Draisaitl when he first came into the league.
Fair. I mean, that first game he scored 4 goals.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2017, I think. Yeah, like against the Senators. Like, Everyone was saying he was better than those two, and now it's like, is he?
I don't know if he's better.
Not in the league with those guys.
Bro, Kucherov,
Kale
McCarr.
and Kale McCarr. Those are the only guys that are acceptable. Maybe even Quinn Hughes.
Whoa, a lot of Quinn Hughes. Wow.
No, he's great.
Okay.
He proved me wrong. I can't lie. I thought he was like a one-hit wonder, but no, he's nice.
Quinn Hughes.
He's up there with McCarr, in my opinion.
Whoa. We won't get into all that, but I'm saying though, as a Canadian team, like realistically, if you look at the last 30 years, I think you forgot a team, by the way, in there.
Last 5 years of the Oilers.
No, you forgot when you mentioned all the teams that got to the finals. You forgot a team.
Talking about the Eric Carlson Senators team, 3rd round.
No, something more recent than that. I think you're forgetting a team. Yeah, I think they're gonna be very upset that you're forgetting them. Actually,
Canucks, not the Flames.
No.
Not the Leafs, not the Senators, not the Jets coach, like the Jets.
No, I think you're forgetting a very prominent team. Original 6 team, by the way.
Montreal?
Yeah, didn't they get to the Cup Finals?
Yeah, but like, bro, like they weren't even supposed to make the playoffs that year. They were like the 12th
But they got to the Cup Finals, man.
Hey, Carey Price.
Dude. Yeah.
One of the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Like, no, that was such a fluke, bro. That was, like, that Calgary
Did they
team,
win a game against Vegas? They won game 1, no?
I don't remember. It was such a blur. Like,
yeah, it was a blur. That was the bubble. Edmonton bubble.
Yeah, it was in Edmonton.
The Edmonton bubble. Yeah. That was... I mean...
why would you even bring them up?
Yeah, because I'm saying if you're listing all the Canadian teams that got there had a chance... I mean, they didn't really have a chance. But, like, they got there. We listed all the teams that got there. You blatantly missed that one team.
For a reason.
That got there. That definitely got there. Okay, cool. Let's get out of here. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday?
Yep.
Okay, for a feel-good Friday, casual Friday. We'll be back tomorrow for another episode. See you then. Peace.